Moment to come inside and a breath through the nose, fill up this body with fresh life. We're going to take an inhale to lift up the arms. Now there's a slight back bend here as you reach your arms up, and as you exhale, bring your hands down. Hello and welcome. Then if you would like to meet in down dog, you can. If you would like to put the feet back, bend the elbows and take an inhale up dog, you can do that first. And then meet in a down dog. Press your heels back. Walk the dog, bend one knee, bend the other, bend one knee, bend the other, and then lift both heels and lower, lift both heels and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and then lower and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the shins. Take an inhale to lift the sternum. Is that Michelle? Hello, everyone's coming in. Round and extend, and round flexion, and then inhale, extend. Good, and flexion and extension. Now you can stay right here, or if you'd like to take it up a notch, you can do the down dog, up dog extension, articulation. Lift your heels, articulate through your lumbar spine. Come into an inhale, and then tuck your chin, upper back, middle back, lower back. Heels drop. Lift your heels, lower, middle, upper. Inhale, exhale, tuck. One more of those. Go inhaling up, dog. Exhaling down dog. Now once you're in down dog, you can step, jump, or walk up to your hands halfway up. And then once your blood pressure feels settled, go all the way up. Now we're going to take a back bend here, lift up. Now we're going over, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You can take this foot over if you'd like. You can add a little rotation here. Come on in, Karen. This is the best stretch. Don't miss this one. 5, 4, and all this inhale, if you can breathe in your nose, you're going to try to put it to this rib cage. And if you're needing to breathe through your mouth, that's fine. Just do the best you can. Now come up. Breathe in through your nose if you can. Up and over. I like to cross this foot. It adds that whole lateral chain. Good. You can pull your arm. You can add rotation. 5. Let the powerful breath help open up your muscles. 4. And just by putting your focus on the breath, you're focusing your mind and helping the nervous system, clearing it of all resistance, tapping into that big creative vault. Take another inhale. And then on your exhale, when you're ready, you can come back, hands at the heart. Take your inhale to go up. Now a little back bend, and then exhale, come down. You can either do a vinyasa with me or meet me in down dog. You choose. You can bend the elbows and take an inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Hold the down dog. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now open up the feet wider. Hi, Betty, it's working. Yep, I can see you. So now your feet are wide and your toes are in. So if you all ever do lose internet again, if anyone, the phone does work for Zoom. I end up seeing a little narrower picture, but I do see you, so I can cue, and you can hear the cues, so that's good. That's a backup plan. Feet wide, toes in. Now this is a hammock pose, so press your heels back, sink your shoulders or your chest closer to the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to walk our hands a little bit closer so they're more underneath the shoulders. Leave your right hand down or your right knuckles down and open up your left arm. This is a windmill pose. Hold. Your neck is comfortable. Your inhale lengthens you. Your exhale might rotate you. 5, 4, 3, 2, take an inhale, and then exhale that hand down. Now we're going to go up, breathe the other arm in, and 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale and lower. Release any tension. Bring your hands up to your hip bones. Now come up, and your hands can slide to your back body. Your elbows can squeeze together. You're in a lifted heart. Inhale. Exhale back into neutral. Now your feet can come underneath your hips, Samastitihi. And we're going to take a sip. Good job. I have a really good view of everyone. This is good. I'm glad everyone's power and internet's working enough to join. So glad and happy to see you. We're going to open up the legs a little bit wider. So I call this 5-pointed star. The arms are about over, the wrists are about over the ankles. Pick up the right toes and then point them towards the right wall. So you're reaching now over that leg. The left arm is going to take a few circles, and they can be full. In other words, the arm can go behind you, in front, around. You're waking up, you're stretching, you're observing, where am I tight, where do I need it? And then you might find a place that you want to hold for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get ready. We're going to exhale and gracefully come up. It's like a string's attached to your arm. Now we're pivoting our feet. So take your feet the other way. Your left toes are now facing the left wall. Reach out. Come down. And this arm, just enjoy, just find some circles. It could be 3 to 5. This is your class, there's no wrong way. Then you're going to find a place that feels good for you today. Breathe. 10. Good. 9. 8. Both shoulders or the bottom shoulders down the back. 8. 7. 6. 4. You might move a little as your body gives in. 3. 2. We're going to take another inhale. And it's almost like a string has helped you up. Pivot the toes. Bring the hands together. Ooh, Samastitihi. Good. And then grab a sip and meet me back here. You're doing great. We're going to do a little bit on the floor. It's really nice having yoga in the middle of the week, isn't it? Just a great stretch day. So take an inhale. It's like you're catching a big cumulus cloud. Exhale, you can swan dive down. Now the hands will touch the floor. The feet will go back. And then you're going to bend your elbows until your pelvis is on the floor. And then once you're here, belly has a little lift. You got it, Jean. That's exactly what I was going to say. I couldn't get the words out. Inhale, lift up. And then you're pushing. Now, releasing tension. Checking in. Breathing in the nose. Looks good, everybody. Perfect. I can see you. Terrific, Betty. There's absolutely no problem on my end. The phone is in a perfect view. I can see you. Your upper back looks good, everyone. Now take an inhale. Now we're going to lower the spine again, and we're going to do this 2 more times, so get ready. We're going to inhale, lift up your back. When you cannot lift anymore, your hands assist you, your triceps assist you. Now it may change. You might feel like you're a little more open. You might be a little higher. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Now lower yourself down. Now take a moment. We're going to do this again. Inhale, lift up your back. And then when you cannot lift anymore, your hands can help you. Go up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now get ready, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Nice job, guys. Now I'm going to add a windshield wipe. This is not really a yoga move, but it's a nice release to have. You're also, if you need it, welcome to do a child's pose. The next posture is with the arms lower. So the legs go long. The hands are now beside your thighs or hips. Palms face the floor. You can lift up your upper back. You can lift up your toes. And there's a gentle retraction of the scapula. They're pulling towards each other. And notice how that opens the shoulders. Shalabhasana. The wrists are easy. Now, if you care to add on when you lower, you're going to lower here. You could put your fingers interlaced at the lumbar spine. The palms could touch. And then lift up. Now that's a little bit more shoulder stretch. Breathe and lift. If it's too much and it makes your shoulders poke forward instead, then you'll just keep your hands by your side. 10. And then exhale, lower. You're doing so good. Now we're going to take it a step up. If you care to join me, you're going to bend one knee, reach for that foot. Bend the other knee, reach for that foot or ankle. And if you're just able to do one, that's okay. We're going to do this twice. The bow pose on your asana. Breathe in and lift. Notice how your breath helps you. The breath is assisting. Inhales facilitate extension. So that inhale breath is helping your back get extended. And notice the neck. It doesn't have any excess tension. It's just in line with your thoracic spine. We're going to lower down. Take a moment. We are going to do that again. So if you only had one foot, now you're going to take the other. Here we go. Come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now 10. You're going to push back child pose. And if you're like me and you want a little extra foot stretch, pull the toes under and get those feet stretched. 5. And then come up to all fours. Now in all fours, we're going to go into the Mandukasana, which is frog. So your knees are going to open up wider. You're going to be on the elbows most likely. And the toes could be towards each other. Now, there's a ton of variation. If you shift forward or you shift back, where do you feel your inner thighs stretching? There's not a wrong place. A starting point could be your hips are in the same line with your knees, and then you could shift forward or back and see what's good for you. Some of you might be able to actually rest your cheek on the floor or on your forearms. Now the breath, breathe in through your nose. Five, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to weight the forearms a little bit and unweight the knees so they're back in a child's pose. Push back, bend the elbows, pat yourself on the back, and a little tricep opener. And then come on up and grab a little sip. Good job. take a mermaid pose, which also is called double triangle. So for mirroring purposes, your left foot sole is facing the right thigh. Now, the right hand could touch the left knee, the left arm could go up. And at a girl. So I'm in a mermaid position, which is double triangle. The left foot is touching the right thigh, the right foot's kind of pointing behind me, but you could also just sit any way you need to and get that lateral flexion. There you go. Yeah, so your right hand, good, Karen, that's it. And if it's too hard, what you could do is just put your hand on the side. So the spine is still getting a lateral flexion. Now the hand that's in the air, it's going to go behind you, and the fingertips will probably touch the floor, and you're looking over your shoulder. This is mermaid looking over her shoulder. And then you might go down behind you. The hands can go to the floor, and the leg stretches out a bit, and just hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and then inhale to come back up. Switch your feet. So if you're in mermaid this way, now you're the other way. Your right foot sole is facing your left thigh. Your left hand could cross your body and hold onto your right knee. Your right arm can go up. Now, if that's not working out, you could also put a hand down. So just some type of lateral flexion. And almost imagine someone's lifting you up. That a girl, Jean, that looks great. And try your other arm position, Jean. Yep, you got it. Now, yep, you got it. This one has a lot of rights and lefts, but I love it. I see it now. This one's for the brain. The mind is getting some exercise here. Now the hand that's in the air goes behind. Probably your fingertips will touch the floor. Look over your shoulder. Let your hands assist you on the rotation. Inhaling. Now on the exhale, you could go down behind you. So your hands go down. I like to stretch out that other leg and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale up. You're going to come back up and then take a little bound angle. So that's where both feet soles are together. I like to open up the big toe just because there's a tendency for that big toe to drift inward. So you can add on holding on to the big toe, hinge forward. You can also put your thumb below the first and second metatarsal pad, and that's associated with the adrenal reflex and reflexology, so it's a bit calming. So hinge forward, inner thighs. Breathe in the nose. And then when you're ready, gently come back up, and we're going to take a sip. You're doing great. We're going to be easing into Malasana, which is a squat pose, or the happy baby. So if you're doing the squat pose, your feet are going to be just a little bit apart. I'd say about 12 inches or so, but make it good for you. The elbows can be between your inner thighs, and the palms can go down into a prayer pose. So some of you have already got this position. I love it. Now, Karen, you look good today. If you were to need an assist, it could look like a yoga block under your booty, but really, everyone looks good. Notice the low back is getting a little stretch. Your bones are in a good place. And you feel your hands stretching too if you want. Breathe in. And terrific. And we're going to just have a seat when you're ready. So your booty's way back, or almost there, and then come back. Nice job. We're going to take an inhale, And if you would like, add on your feet up in the air. This is called Navasana in yoga. You could make it a more demanding abdominal exercise by straightening, and you notice this is in Pilates teaser. So hold 5 more, hold 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then let your feet down. Now inhale and exhale, lower down. So you're going to start to head down. Before your head hits the floor, let your hands come behind your back, lift up your knees, and add about 50 of these. We're going to do 50. That's the offer. You can listen to your body and do what you need to. Another alternative is to do a bridge pose, or you could have your head down and your legs up higher, belly in, touching those abs. You're also welcome to pull the toes back on this exercise as well for the second half. Shoulder blades are off the mat. You're working that anterior oblique chain. Obliques, rectus abdominis. Let's do 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and then rest your head. Now your hands are going to go to your feet. So happy baby at first. We're going to take 5. Doesn't this feel like the squat we did earlier? 4, 3, 2, and then let the feet down, and a nice counter pose for those supine abs is bridge. So hold your hips up. I'm going to add on that the arms could go overhead like a field goal post, palms face the sky. And relax the eyes. They're closed or soft, and hold for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower your spine, a vertebra at a time. And then when you're ready, the right leg's going to go in the air. I'm going to break this Utthita Padangusthasana down in layers. The first opportunity is just to hold that leg in a hamstring stretch. If you care to add on, your 2 fingers on the same side of that foot, right fingers holds onto the toe. Your left leg extends. Your exhale can lift you up. Your hand can be on the thigh for the classic holding on to the big toe pose, or you can take your hand behind your head if your neck would like a little assist. Just make sure that your neck is in the right place though. The shoulder blades are off the mat. If you were not to go up as high, it would hurt your neck, right? It would be real low. So you want to use your abs enough that your shoulder blades are off the mat. This also comes with a lovely hamstring stretch, as well as the abdominal strengthener and hip flexor strengthener. All right, now we're going to let the head down. We're going to break this up into a layer. So your first layer is the left leg is in a hamstring stretch. Second layer is toes to the 2 fingers, fingers to the toes. Lift up if you're adding on. Now if you need to assist, your hands behind your head. Otherwise, hold. That belly pulls in every exhale. Your abdominals are not doming up, they're pulling in. That's you pulling the transverse in, the rectus abdominis, you're pulling in everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, take an inhale, and then exhale. You're going to put both feet on the ground. You're going to curl your spine up into a bridge as a counter pose. This time your fingers are going to interlace underneath. If they can reach, you can shimmy your shoulder blades closer together and take a bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Just going to adjust my mic here. So Setu Bandhasana. Eyes can close and enjoy. The breath goes to your front body, your heart, solar plexus, throat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in and exhale. Lower your spine down. Nice job. We're going to take a right ankle to left thigh, hip opener. So you're in a figure four. Your hands can reach through. You might even catch your interlaced fingers on the other side of that thigh and add a little rock. This is a nice complement to the frog pose we did earlier. It's that outer hip, 6 deep external rotators pose. 10, 2, 3, 4. Jaw is soft, mouth or lips might even separate. You might even move your head a little to release tension in the muscles of the neck. They're working so hard to hold this head up. The head is a big weight at the end of this little lever, so the neck needs some releases. Now we're going to take the other side. So your ankle goes to the thigh, other side. Reach your hands through and add a little rock if you would like. So immediately you get feedback as one hip a little bit tighter than the other. And it's okay, but you are welcome to stay on the side a little longer if you need to. Class is for you. Take another inhale. And then when you're ready, let those feet back down, hands beside your hips, curl your spine up for bridge, Setu Bandhasana. If you would like to add on, lengthen one leg up to the sky and hold your hips level for 10. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, your right foot's down, lift your left leg up and hold it up for 10. There you go. Oh, there she is. Hi, Shreen. Are you moving? Yeah. So we're doing bridge here, one-legged, hold. And then let your foot down and then hold the bridge again. Now earlier we did an interlace position. You could add on the arms overhead to do that position. You can take, make sure you're even. Yeah, you're welcome to do a full chakrasana if you want to. So just hold. Whichever bridge you're doing, inhale. And then slowly lower your spine down. And we'll take the thighs into the belly just for a moment. Inhale. Now on the exhale, you can take your hands underneath your thighs and rock up. So come on up, and then we'll take a little sip. We did a good series there, and we're going to be standing up soon. So we'll take a downward dog. When you're ready, your hands are wide like pieces of pie between them. Your feet go back, and then press your hips back. Neck is soft. Press the heels towards the floor. If you'd like a little more intensity, pull your toes up. So if you pull your toes up, your heels will feel like they're getting closer to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax the toes and step or walk up to your hands, halfway up position. So you're like the letter L. And then as your blood pressure feels settled, come up. Take an inhale to go into a back bend. Good. And then your hands are going to come to your heart. Gorgeous. Take a moment. And then we're going to take the legs out open again. So this is the 5-pointed star. Your ankles are under your wrists are under your ankles. Lift up your right toes and then point them towards the right wall. Now the right knee, and I'm going to do a little Vinny yoga here because I know that helps a couple of you with your knee. The right knee tracks with your second toe, and then it's going to stay over that ankle, and palms will face up. So we'll glide the blades down the back, and we're going to hold this warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. The heart's lifted. I'm going to look at you though. Good. Everyone looks good. You can tell that the more you stretch your feet out, the harder it is. Jean, you look good. Barely move your torso back a little bit towards your left hand. Yep, yeah, so it's pretty vertical. Now take an inhale. This right hand's probably going to come to your thigh with the left arm over, but if you want to go down, you can go down. You could do wraps here. This is a really fun place to wrap. Good. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now with those strong legs and strong core, come back up. Back hand to your thigh. Here we go. And feel the breath expand your rib cage like we did in half moon. Parvriti Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale back into vertical, palms up. Straighten that right knee. Here we are in 5-pointed star, toes forward. Lift up your left toes and point them towards the left wall. I'm going to add a little Vinyasa here. I know that helps with some of the knee traction. So the knee's going to end up being over that ankle at the end. Palms face up. Torso's vertical. And yes, I like that, settling the shoulder blades down. Good. We'll look over that hand. The thighs are spiraling backwards here. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this forearm's going to go to your thigh, probably right arm over, but if you'd like to go on down. All right. 10, 2. Good. Erin, look at that arm, looking straight. Yep, this is where you could do variations. Atta girl. Wrap here. You doing okay, Jean? Yeah. Take a break if you need. Your leg's tired. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that leg's working. And 7, 6. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and. Now when you come up, it's going to be a reverse warrior, Parvriti Virabhadrasana. So now your right hand goes down your thigh. You can imagine you were up against a wall. Breathe in. Five, 4, 3, 2. Now we're coming up to vertical. Press your legs straight, toes straight. 5-pointed star, hands at the heart. Step or walk the feet together. Ooh, nice jump, girl. And then take a sip. Good. We're going to take a little Virabhadrasana. So the right foot is forward, the left foot's back. Now imagine you're on a railroad track, so your feet are not on the same line. They're in line with their respective hip. Right knee 90. I'm going to show you a classic. Arms up and wide is fine. And while you're here, there's a little ab pull down and a little pubic bone pull up. That way you're not just slamming that femur in the forward. So you've got this ab tone. And you're also not just hanging out in your low back. The lift, I'm going to look at you though, 10. Good. Some of you also like that wide Y position. That's great, especially if you're working on your shoulders being open. That looks good, Jean. 5, 4, 3. Yep. Stretch through that back knee, Karen. I think you have a 1/2 inch left. That a girl. Now, the palms are going to come together at the heart. When you hinge forward, you're one long line from your crown to your foot. Do you feel how that puts extra weight on that thigh? It's almost like you're doing a squat, one-legged squat. Now inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to be stepping up to Samastitihi. Take the blood, let the blood pressure settle. Set the other leg back. The front knee's at 90. Your other leg's pointed out 45 degrees. Go up with your arms, or if you prefer that wide chest opener, you can be like you've walked through a doorway. Yeah, that looks great. Back knee is strong and long. Good, so you're not sinking through the back knee. You're long and strong in that back leg. Hips are square. a little bit of ab tone. Now we just enjoy Virabhadrasana. We're going to take another inhale. And then as you exhale, your hands can come to your heart. Hinge forward your one long line. So there's some weight on that front thigh. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, step up. Feet together. Samasthiti. Breathe in. Have a squat, Utkatasana. Now hands together. Hold. I like to do a little rule of thumb where the fingers could touch the floor, and yeah, just sort of, that's right, just, okay, that's great. Rotation, 5, 4, 3, 2, face forward. Now, we are going to go to the other side. Both legs are the same. Your torso rotates. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Face forward, inhale, heels heavy. Stand up, take a moment. Nice. Inhale, one arm up, rotate back, hold on to your ankle or your foot. The left hand or other hand can be forward. Now this one also has a little ab tone down and pubic bone up. So the abs help you from getting in your low back. You're tall. You're extended in the hips. Okay, get ready. You may be able to add on the dancer pose. Push your foot into your hand. Feel that thigh come up. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to come back down gracefully when you can. Hands together at your heart. Now we're going to do the other side. Your arm goes up and back. Hand to your foot or your ankle. Ribs down, pubic bone up. And then you're adding on that dancer pose when you're ready. Good. That's it, Michelle. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 9. Yep. Just great job. Keep going. Inhale. And then exhale to come back up when you're ready. Samasthiti. Grab a sip, guys. Doing great. And this is a one-legged squat. And the Utkatasana is lift your toes, so hands are at your heart. Your feet are in line with your own hips. Utkatasana is the one where we sit in a chair. Your toes are so light you could lift them. Now, if you care to add on a single, you're going to put your ankle on your thigh, but keep your hips level. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then stand up. Good. And then we're going to do it the other side. Samasthiti, ankle to thigh. Blood pressure check. Sit down. Ankle to thigh. Good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale. Sometimes it feels like you have an oil slick on your leg, doesn't it? And then come up. All right, inhale, go up, back bend. Now Utkatasana for a moment. Put your hands down, put your feet back. Now you're in a plank. If you would like to stay here, you can. If you want to go into a forearm plank, you can. Hold your plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and side plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and side plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now back to front plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now side plank, and if you want to put a foot back, you can do Mudrasana modified on your forearm or on your hand, Mudrasana. And if you keep on going back and lift up your right heel, that's a wild thing. So just take the back bend as you need. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you're going to go to the other side, either your side plank on your hand, your forearm, or your foot back. And you could keep going if you'd like. And 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to be lowering down. So let your feet be in front of you. Take 2 fingers and hold on to your big toes. And you remember earlier how we did Navasana? This is a balance pose too, but if you'd like to open up, this is Upavista Konasana, shoulder blades down the back. Take that inhale. Now if you would like to add on double hamstring stretch Ubaya, and you're going to try to lengthen your knees, shoulder blades down the back. Good, inhale. Terrific. And then one more time, let go and hold the Navasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. Now, just for a moment, you're seated. And if you would like, forward fold. We're not going to stay a ton here, but just a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, come back up. Cross your feet without using your hands if you can. Good. Yeah, that was a little ab balance. And then come forward. And hold. 5, 4. Now, you can stay in that stretch if you'd like. I do want to show you, if you ever have the urge, you can cross your feet here and lift up your tush. You can even do a little bit of pubic bone towards the navel, ab crunches in the most unique way. Good job. Sometimes it's just a visualization. Good job. You did great. All right, so grab a sip. We're going to go down for a little bit. I bet some of you know what's coming. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, come down. Now, once you're down, we've done a few openers for this. So your right thigh can cross over your left. This is the eagle twist. Your right toes can come under that ankle area. Lift up your hips so that they can now go to the left. Your right arm goes out. And if your shoulder needs some more mobility, you can also do those circles here like we did earlier in the Warrior Two. So hold here. Five, 4, 3, 2, take an inhale, and then we're going to bring the legs back up. So when you're on your back, your left thigh would cross over, your left toes will hook under your shin. You can scoot your hips to the left, and then your knees go to the right. Your right hand helps hold that knee in place. Your left arm's out. So this is an eagle twist. Betty, can you see that pretty good? Your right hand can be on your left knee, and then you're going to look to your left hand. So you're stretching out in a spinal twist. Your shoulder, your low back, your hip. Atta girl. And arm over to the side, towards your left. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then exhale to come back. Now, we're going to be doing a hamstring stretch. So if you prefer to have a prop on this, you could have a couple things. You could have your Dynaband and a yoga block or a foam roller. So that way you get a psoas opener and yes, that's it. Now the leg that's in the air, it's going to feel like the hamstring stretching. The leg that's pouring towards the floor is going to feel psoas. The leg that's in the air could cross the midline, and it'll be more outer hamstring. And then out to the side. There she is. Hamstring stretch with a foam roller underneath or a yoga block if you want it. And then we are going to switch sides and the other leg's down. Now this is a psoas stretch on the bottom leg, hamstring on the top. Go back to that breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. It's a long, full breath. You can get the cycles down to 6 cycles of inhale, exhale per minute. You get an extra physiological benefit, lowering of pain, more healing. Go to across the midline here. That leg might go out to the side to get the inner thigh, inner hamstring. Still relax through that psoas. Let the breath go in through your nose and fill up your diaphragm, rib cage, and apex of your lungs. Inhale. And gently let the leg back neutral, release the prop, and then we're going to do a double psoas stretch. So you are on your block, and you may just be in a modified position with the knees bent. But if you can, I like to also turn the block for a more increased stretch. Your legs can go long. I usually have to move the block a little lower, so it's still in my sacrum, but it's on the lower part of my sacrum. That way the low back doesn't feel more arched, but what happens is the muscles here, these front pocket muscles, are letting go. And normally these muscles are in flexion during the day. So it's a passive release. So really try to let them go. You'll notice at first your back still kind of contracts. Try to relax these muscles. And you're going to feel the front of your hips, the psoas, the hip flexors, that rectus femoris of the quad, letting go. You feel your low back decompress. Feel your body sinking more into the yoga block, more into the mat. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. How little contraction can you have? What little amount of work can you have? How much can you let go? Breathe in, diaphragmatic, breathe in through your nose, fill your belly. Your exhale releases more tension. Now take another inhale. Slide your feet onto the floor. Lift up just enough to get rid of that block. Lower and just notice how your back feels. And then we're going to do the other side, which is the upper back. So if you have a foam roller, you can roll over your yoga your foam roller. If you have yoga blocks, you can roll over your yoga blocks. There's all sorts of ways to get this upper back released, but one is this way with your upper back over it. Also nice to do a supine bound angle here. And let me just take a look at what's going on. Everyone looks good. You're finding, yeah, that looks good, Michelle. You're finding a way that gets your back in upper back extension, passive. Now take another inhale, and then as you exhale, gently come out of that and feel how your low back is now and your upper back is now, flat on the mat. The last one's going to be yoga block underneath the sacrum, feet up on the wall. And you can also do this with a foam roller, but your hips are elevated ideally so that your low back has the benefit of decompressing. Relax. Now release that block or that foam roller and carefully or slowly go up towards seated. So your neck is soft. Lift up. And then we'll just gently drop an ear to shoulder. And if you care to add on, reach your opposite arm. You could even put your hand on your head and drop through the shoulder, diagonally down to the side, other, drop the shoulder, diagonally down, chin to chest, and elbows under. A little rotation can help it out. A little rotation. And we're just going to do a few moves to help the delta brainwaves. And this is hand over hand, sliding hand over hand. So if you shut your eyes and you feel that, your delta brainwave, it will increase delta brainwave activity. And then the second move of this havening technique is take your fingertips from shoulder down to your elbows. It's a gentle stroke. And you pick up your fingers and you start at the shoulders and just take a moment to feel that. And then the last part of the havening is you go over the eyes. All this increases delta brainwave. Under the eyes, down, and then stroke. Over the eyes, under the eyes, down. And then just to review, you can do it this way, and if you're in public and you don't want people to know what you're doing, you can do it this way. It's the same thing, but delta brainwave activity here. Slide the hand over the other. Then stroke the shoulders down. And then take the fingers over the eyes, under the eyes, and down the jawline to the chin. Pick up the fingers over the eyes, under the eyes. You'll notice you'll find a normal cadence or amount of touch on your own. And those are little things you can feel. If you feel like you're all of a sudden accidentally influenced by external events or something, in your mind, your own internal event that creates a physiological disturbance, you can re-regulate. You have all these tools: breathing, behaving, yoga. So I'm just offering some more tools so that you have some, no matter what, so that you're the regulator of your own physiology. So we're just going to take a moment of how much power there is in that, to know that we have some tools that we can use to prepave the energetic success of our day, or of each part of our segments of our day. And if, because we're human, we start to get dysregulated, it's okay. We've got all these tools that we can try to see which one works for us best in each situations. With so much appreciation, thank you so much. I'm so glad you came. And those of you that lost power and lost internet, I really appreciate you figuring it out and like just doing the best you could to make it here. So very good. Thank you guys so much.